Ladies and gentlemen, Rudy here. I hope you're having a good Saturday night. I'm doing alright. I'm just winding down. I wanted to film something because, I found this CD and I felt really convicted to talk about it. So it's Photographs and Memories by Jim Croce. It's his greatest hits album. Jim Croce only had a few records, so this album is actually pretty comprehensive of a lot of his songs. Not even necessarily just the greatest hits. Jim, died rather tragically, rather young. I forgot the reason. But, he didn't have much of a career past Time in a Bottle, which is his most famous song, which is song track number 5 on the album. So, just to talk a little bit about it. The reason why I kind of came to this album was, like many of you, I'm sure, I saw X-Men Days of Futures Past, which featured this song in a really prominent way with the character Quicksilver, showcasing his powers, in a really dramatic way, stopping bullets, helping, Charles Xavier save Magneto and escape the Pentagon and stuff. It's really crazy. But, it kind of belies the brilliance of Jim because this is like... The song is haunting and simply beautiful. Like a lot of Jim's work, it's very simple, plain spoken from the heart. I think that he had a tremendous talent for really just saying it how it was, calling it like it is. And I think that's something we can all appreciate in modern times now because, life is really rough, in this economy, with love, with heartbreak, with, buying a house or renting, a lot of us kind of just say it how we see it, call it how we see it. We don't live in dualities or complexities, we're just like struggling and it's a real thing. So I think that in that sense, this album is very timeless and very relatable. And I think a lot of people would really enjoy it. What's different about it, I think, though, than a lot of other music is that Jim didn't shy away from things like heartbreak the way that we kind of do, in our culture. Jim was always looking to find ways to say exactly what he meant. He said what he meant, and he meant what he said, And I just think that that's really inspiring. That's really uplifting to me because in this day and age, I find myself a little less brave, feeling a little less myself. But Jim reminds me that it's okay to be you, and it's okay to say what you need to say, even if other people may not be comfortable or may not like what you have to say. And he always did it with a smile on his face, and that's something I hope to do too. So, if that's a spirit that you guys like, something that you want to see more in your lives, recommend this album. A bit more aesthetically speaking, this album is very similar to. I would liken him a lot to other singer-songwriters of the time. People like John Denver come to mind, Bill Withers, but Jim does it in a very Jim way. Singers like Billy Joel, Elton John, except I would say that Jim does not showcase a whole lot of vocal range. Rather, I would say that he has a lot of expressive range. He sang in a very medium male voice, something that most men could do without a lot of training. He would really focus a lot on just showcasing different skills like piano or guitar playing, and just really kind of ornament the music, which ultimately came down to really simple song but effective songwriting. In just an effective way that was catchy, had somewhat varied instrumentation. He's very likable in that sense. Very relatable, but ultimately really simple. This is not hard music to understand. You don't have to be a neurosurgeon. You don't have to be a music theorist to appreciate what Jim has to say. So, overall, I would really rate this highly. This is a great album. And I'm really glad to have it. I'm going to be listening to it a lot now that I have it, since I don't have to go to Spotify anymore. So, tell me what you guys think. Do you have any recommendations? Albums you like, singer-songwriters that kind of just speak from the heart or speak to you? Let me know in the comments below. I love you guys. Have a good night.